Okay, thank you for your patience there. This is now part three of my smart grid presentation for 549. We're on slide 12. Um, Slide 12 is really about, well, what are some of the challenges to IP for the smart grid? What are some of the challenges of security for the smart grid? And one of the things that I found in the literature when I was reading was that security methods used for the smart grid must remain unbreakable. I mean, that makes sense. We've had this grid now that we're using today 100 years. We should build the one that we have, the next one should be able to be used for 200 years, right? I mean, we should build a system that we know isn't going to be obsolete in 10 years. And some of the researchers, smart grid researchers, mentioned that 3DES will be insecure before 2030. And so the paper that this presentation is on shows that 3DES causes a detriment to latency and throughput. And I've already discussed that for the smart grid, we're going to have very low latency. We're going to have ability to transfer a lot of information very quickly. And so it seems like these are contrary goals. I mean, we have a need for security, which we know it has a high cost. So a lot of the research going on right now is about well, can we offload some of this cryptographic, encryption, decryption, and all of the things that go on with the algorithms for the cryptography? Can we offload them to hardware and make the systems faster? And ultimately, we've got to have both. The smart grid has to be fast and secure. So the rest of the presentation, a little bit, is going to be about hardware offloading for cryptography, and I think it's a fascinating topic. So let's go to slide 13. Now, this is from the Karamotis paper that Dr. Carlisle identified for this topic, and you can see it's very clearly what you're seeing in this graphic is that 3DES and HMAC, you're comparing their impact to no IPsec for ping performance, and you can see that no IPsec is has a has a lower cost to latency, and it's faster than the than the 3DES, I believe it is. It's a little difficult to see in the graphic. That's not the point. The point is that you can see quite clearly that cryptography hurts your latency. And in the bottom graph, I just wanted to demonstrate for any non-believers out there that that this is in the paper. That throughput, you can see that with no cryptography, your throughput's higher, and as you go to more secure cryptography methods, your throughput goes down. So let's go to slide 14. What are some of the ethical considerations for the grid? Um, Data privacy must be provided to protect you from friend and enemy, meaning that not only do you need to secure these packets or traffic from your neighbor or a terrorist, they have to you have to have the ability on the grid to only share with the right people. You're going to have all of these different so you need a secure end-to-end transform communication method like IPsec. And the real ethical issue with the grid is that the way depending on how the grid is implemented, you can have an immense amount of personal information on there. I mean, you could have the power company being able to tell appliance manufacturers who has a man of appliances and what kind of TV you have and how many hours that you're watching TV a day, and all of this information that normally when you come home, you view what you do in your home as private. Well, it's kind of like leaving your blinds open all the time, like we talked in the class. These smart meters are going to be able to tell a lot about us that we don't necessarily everyone won't want people to know. And so there is a real issue with privacy that experts have realized with the smart grid. And in fact, some people will refuse to be on the grid. The issue is so significant that they will refuse, to be hooked in. It just violates their privacy too much. So let's go to back to slide 15 and talk. I just wanted to finish up that security issue, and let's talk a little bit more about this hardware acceleration. This is an ongoing research area, and clearly we're going to need some offloading of, to speed up our ability to move packets for the grid. And let's take a look at the, some of this research to see if what I found when I found this fascinating. What I found was that you have to be careful with your assumptions. You can't assume that offloading cryptography is going to speed up your system. So various studies have shown offloading at all can slow down performance. And I've got this from RASI, slide 16. You can see that in ping performance with this scenario 2, you can see on the graphic that in blue that in this particular case, the IPsec with offload was actually took up more processor time than no security or IPsec without offload. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit. Uh, Really, what this author found was that that the complexity of the algorithm that you're offloading, as well as the packet size, makes a difference in how efficient it is to offload. So I'm going to pause here. We're going to go on to the next part. Thank you.